Hi, my name is Jafina Anderson, and this is my mini lecture on listening. Today, I want to present to you what is listening and what it consists of, the 4 different listening styles we might have, and some barriers we might face, and how we can overcome them. So what is listening? Listening is a 5-step process, and we're going to be talking about each point to help us become better listeners. So number 1 is to select. Select a topic that is important to you or you find interest in so that you can focus better. Number 2 would be attendance. And this isn't a physical attendance, this is more of a mental attendance, so that you're able to be present in the conversation or what is being said by the speaker. This is something that I struggle with personally because my mind can wander easily. So that doesn't make me the best listener that I can be, and I'm at risk of missing a lot of information. Number 4 is to remember. This is where we gain knowledge of what is being said and we're able to continue the conversation by what we're understanding and what we're retaining. Which leads us into number 5, which is the last step, which is responding. And with understanding and remembering, you're able to apply that to your response and engage and make the conversation better. So now that we know what listening is, we're going to talk about the 4 different listening styles. The first style is relational, and that's more on an emotional level to create relationships. This is a listening style that I can relate to the most because I like to connect to people and build relationships based off of being a relational listener. Number 2 is critical listeners. And they're more organized and they pay attention more to the specific details and information on what the speaker is saying. They're similar to number 3, analytical listeners, who are both organized, and analytical listeners tend to jump to conclusions because they're looking for what they want to focus on. And the 4th listening style that we're going to talk about is the time task oriented listener, and they listen to gather information and to be practical on what they need. So now that we talked about the 4 listening styles, we're going to talk about some listening barriers that stop us from being effective listeners. And so the first barrier is a self-barrier, and sometimes we can sabotage what the speaker is saying because we don't understand or we don't find interest or relevance in what the speaker is saying. Sometimes we pretend to listen, and instead of pretending to listen, actually listen and take in everything that the speaker is saying. So it will stop us from having that self-barrier. Number 2 would be an emotional noise, and this is something that I can relate to too, but emotional noise is when you cut somebody off based off of them triggering you, making you sad or upset or angry or annoyed. And this is something that I struggled with when I was younger, but I've learned to be more open-minded. But instead of prejudging that speaker, the person, and what they're saying that triggered you, just to be more open-minded, and because something that they're saying is something within what they're saying can be of use. So going to the 3rd barrier that we might face is criticism, and that is when a speaker might have a mannerism or delivery style that you aren't interested in, and you might shut them out because it's not interesting to you. But there's different ways you can listen, and that's by using your eyes or just being able to listen to everything that they're saying, because just because their delivery isn't something you're interested in, their content or what is being said might be something that is of use. So to conclude is just to say that listening is very important, and if we're understanding what the barriers are and how to overcome that, we will become better listeners. So thank you for this opportunity. Have a great day.